Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the MMC's Ocular Max Omne? Is that what it is? Cosmos. I think I looked at the Toy World a long time ago, and I think I looked at the X-Transbot a long time ago. I don't remember. Let me see. One of the great advantages of this technology, or this age, is technology. Let's see here. Legends 1, X-Transbot 1, Toy World 1. Probably looked at the iGear one a long time ago too. But that's all I'm finding. Yeah, so I did look at X-Transbots, and I think if I remember correctly, I liked it. And I think the Toy World one was fine too. So I decided I would go with the MMC one, partially because I haven't looked at it, and I've always had good luck with MMC. So yeah, here he is in his little spacecraft mode. He does come with a few extra bits, which I'm not going to get out. He's got these little cover pieces to kind of plug up these holes. I don't know how that would work there, but they definitely would work up here. He's got an alternate chest piece and these little tiny cannon blasters, which I guess plug in somewhere. I don't know. I would just lose these if I take them out of the box. I'll probably lose them anyway, so we'll just set those off to the side. He's got a nice bit of die cast to him, so he's heavy, but it's very front heavy because of the way the feet work. So he's just kind of like more heavy on the front, so he's not balanced very well in the space shuttle mode. He does have three little landing gear, so that works. No guns or anything like that, because he's just got the little wrist blasters. And he holds together fairly well. The back section kind of comes untabbed a little bit. But one thing to point out is that he does have a little bitty blaster in there, which is cool, having a little blaster on hand. So that's actually the second mini MP blaster that we've gotten. We got this guy, and then there's also the little tape player mode that comes with tracks. So you can fold those landing gear up too if you wanted to. And just kind of duck them out of the way. And yeah, and then you can fold the guns back as well. So if you want just like that look, you can. Looks good. No real issues there. I mean, it's Cosmos. It's just green space shuttle. So to transform him, just want to pull these arms out like this. Just kind of get that all out. And then pull the legs down. And then you can untap these sections here and here. Straighten out the legs. Straighten out the feet. Fold this up. And then this little peg here will plug into this hole here. So you plug that up. Rotate this up. And that just fits in for the feet. Fold up the landing gear because we don't want those out. And do the same thing over here. So fold it up and up and up. Now these don't lock into place. I really, really, really wish that things would lock into place on not just this figure, but just a lot of figures lately. It's just like, come on. Just something that makes me feel good and safe inside, you know? Just a little click. Alright, now we rotate these arm panels back. And we're going to be sliding these panels here forward. But first, let's move the chest piece down. So you just take this, and this will come down like this, and lock into place like that. It's easy getting it from shuttle mode to robot mode. But getting it from robot mode to shuttle mode, it just doesn't seem to want to work very well. It just wants to catch on itself. I think there's a lot of little moving pieces in there that just don't work very well. So it's just one of those, like, it doesn't give me any good vibes whatsoever. Then you can take the waist piece here, flip this up, and tab that into place. Just kind of frictions in there, nice and tight. All that works well. Alright, now what we want to do is take these side panels here and move these forward. Like that. And do the same thing over here. So they get a little frustrating. And then this came untabbed. Alright. And then we could take the arms here and you want to kind of just... There's no real rhyme or reason for these shoulders. They just suck. I know I use the word suck a lot, but when something sucks, it just sucks. And these things just are not good. And we'll kind of try and show that off here once we get it into robot mode. And then we want to take this and we can rotate this down. And then the wrist will fold out like this. These will just kind of go underneath the arms as like kind of wrist cannons. And then you take this piece here and this folds up and in again and it closes up. Fills in that slot pretty nicely. So we do the same thing over here. So out. Collapse. And that's pretty much it. This piece here obviously just folds down to the back. It like kind of wants to do it on its own because it's not frictioned in very well. It doesn't tab into anything again. But it just kind of sits there on the back. It's fine. Nothing spectacular there. Yeah. Let's see here. That's pretty much all there is to this guy when it comes to transformation. Yeah, I mean, it's... Transformation is a bit clunky, especially with the torso. Things just kind of seem to... and then just kind of twist, and then that's how... Like, these don't lock into place anywhere. As far as I can find, anyway. Which is pretty unfortunate. Just like, I would just want stuff to just lock in and be secure, and then I don't have to worry about things sliding out or popping up or, you know, what have you. I just kind of wish it was a little bit more secure. It just, it's, best way I can describe it, if you guys have messed with a lot of MMC figures, is the difference between almost any of their other Ocular Max figures and the Insecticons they did. So it's like, they're almost good. Almost. But then they just kind of fail at the last minute. Poseability, his head is on a ball joint and a hinge. So you get back to there, down to there, side to side, little wiggle. All that works pretty well. Shoulders are obnoxious. So there's a swivel here and a swivel here. So it's like, once you find like a place where the arms look kind of natural, you know, you can kind of swivel it, but kind of not. It's it's hard to explain because it's on those two swivels and it kind of just wants to do its own thing as you manipulate it. It's so funky. I just don't like it. It's like the articulation's there, but it can't get out of it the way of itself. It makes me want, like, there to be a slider where you could just slide the arms out just a little bit further to give it a little bit more clearance from the body. But it's not the body that's really in the way. It's just everything. It's awkward to explain. It's just like here I've got it like this and it won't close all the way. Here it's closing all the way. But it like seems to want to get caught on stuff, and it's like there's nothing getting caught. It just, and then this comes on. It's just clumsy. Double hinged elbow, which works, and then there is a bicep swivel. The hands do rotate. They have a little bit of a hinge in and out, a rotate. Ball joint thumb, 3 points of articulation for the finger. The pointer finger, and then the rest of the hand is just one hinge. Waist swivel, there's kind of an ab crunch of like that much, so that is there. Ratcheted hips up to there, and again, things are getting caught on itself. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's like you move something and something wants to get in the way. Hip skirts kind of go out, and as you can see, looseness. Double hinged knee, so you get a pretty good range of motion. However, you know, it's like, I don't know, if you really want Cosmos to with extreme poses. It got a good rocker there. Breaks up the sculpt, but I think it's forgivable. And then the tilt back and a little bit forward. So. All right. So let's do some size comparisons real quick, and then we can do our final thoughts and go home. Alright, so for size comparison, here he is with the Fans Toys Huffer and whatever Transform Element Prime. So yeah, scale-wise, I think he's just about perfect. Look-wise, he looks pretty good. But the figure itself is not great. Transformation on the chest is clunky. Holding the chest together is clunky. That back piece, clunky. The feet not locking in properly, forgivable, but I don't like it. The fact that the legs aren't toleranced well enough to be able to support its own weight, because the feet are way more heavier than the body. Not good. Poor design there. Yeah, I might be able to get in there. Maybe. Well, no, I can't. I can't get in there is the problem. So I couldn't tighten that screw up if I wanted to, because this panel here is in the way. So I would have to really do some dismantling to really get in there and try and fix it. And then there's the shoulders. And the shoulders are just a mess. They don't seem to really work in a way that's... Okay, not that we're comparing him to a Fans Toys, but, it's like, that's the competition, right? So he's got really funky shoulders because of the cartoon design here. But he still moves up and out and rotates around, with no issue. I mean, sure, he can't go, like, to an extreme angle, but it kind of works, but then it kind of gets in the way of itself. It's just... It feels like there's something missing. Like, maybe an extender joint somewhere or something. I don't know. Maybe I've got something wrong, and maybe somebody out there will be like, hey, whoa, you did this completely wrong with the arms. Do this and you'll be happy. And, maybe, and then I'll do an update video if that's the case. But the point that I'm trying to make is that he just feels, the best way I could describe it is clunky. I'm not going to buy another Cosmos. He's just going to have to be good enough, unless maybe Fans Toys does one, or MP. But it's like to the level of, it makes me kind of like question whether or not I would get more MMC. I mean, I will. Don't get me wrong. I have fully going, acknowledging that I will be buying more MMC figures. But it's one of those releases that it makes me question if that's a good choice. I do that with a lot of figures, but that doesn't mean I'm out. It's not X-Transbot's bad. Well, the figure's X-Transbot's bad, or around that level. But the company still has more hits than misses in my eyes, so we'll see. But for me, this guy is a fail. It's a fail. For score, I'll give him 6 out of 10. He's getting a good score with, a 6 out of 10. Because he still looks the part. He still looks good. Just functionality. Just know, as a Transformer, with the joints and stuff like that, you're not going to be satisfied. So yeah, I guess that's all I got.